Get your swimsuits and sunglasses ready. ABC is confident we'll get a Bachelor in Paradise season this summer 2021. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have early details on the next Bachelor in Paradise season. But before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. As always, I'm your host, Gabby Gonta, and I'm joined by the lovely Fiona Zaring and Hiba Berry today. Hi, girls.
Hello,
Hey.
hello.
Remember all our favorite Bachelor and Bachelorette contestants that went home just a little too early? Well, we could be seeing them on the beach again very soon. In a new interview, ABC producer Robert Mills said, quote, "We are hell-bent on figuring out how to make Paradise work. Unless something horrendous happens, I feel very confident that Paradise is coming back on this summer." So, right off the bat, this is such exciting news for Bachelor Nation. I know Paradise is one of the most favorite spin-offs of the show, so I just have to get your girls' opinion. Who is excited for this, Fiona?
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I actually think that deep down I like Paradise more than I even like the regular seasons because there's just a little more chaos. There's more relationships to keep up with. But I'm really excited to hear them be this confident. I know that it's been really difficult for productions to figure out like what quarantine, filming looks like. And certainly it's going to be a little while before we get everything completely back to normal. But once they've come up with such great systems that have worked for both, the Bachelorette and the Bachelor, I feel like they definitely could come up with some sort of magical way to make this possible. And I just can't wait to see how it all plays out.
It definitely sounds really promising that this is going to happen, especially, with the pandemic still kind of unfolding and like figuring out the vaccine and like when that's going to roll out. And it's interesting that they didn't really pinpoint a month in summer. So that's going to be interesting to kind of see how that also unfolds and how those details might emerge. And I mean, honestly, yeah, Bachelor in Paradise is definitely the most juicy. I feel like there's something in that salty ocean air that makes them act a little more, scandalous than in the mansions. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great season. And again, it sounded really promising. So hopefully, that really excites the Bachelor Nation fans.
Exactly. I really think it should. And like you were saying, Fiona, The Bachelor is one of the few shows that has been able to keep producing multiple seasons throughout this pandemic. Seems like they've figured out the protective bubble approach and will be continuing that if they film this Bachelor in Paradise season. So, as we know, the spinoff, though, is usually filmed on the beach in Mexico, but that might not be possible for this year's season. Robert Mills continued in his interview saying, quote, "How and where it's going to be, it's still too early to tell." So it seems like they're still figuring out and hashing out all the details, but they really want to make this happen. But I want to know what you guys think. Is it just going to be not the same if they can't do it on a beach, like with a real paradise vibe, or are we still going to love it anyways?
I think maybe not Mexico. They might go to more of a remote location like Fiji or something, maybe, like the French Polynesian Islands. But I feel like that might be more expensive, especially with the budget. But, it's the Bachelor Nation. They're going to spend all that money on the whole, audience because they just love that type of stuff. Maybe if not Mexico, or if they maybe don't do the international route, maybe Hawaii. I feel like Hawaii is like a safe bet, to
Okay.
quarantine. It's still in the US. So maybe they'll continue with that tropical island theme, but maybe not Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think international could be difficult. Hawaii kind of popped into my mind as well. It's obviously gorgeous and one of the most like stunning vacations you can take no matter what island you're on when you're there. So it could be interesting to see them do that. But honestly, like from Southern California, I'm thinking like maybe they go get like an amazing house in Malibu. Like there are so many ways that they could keep that like beachy feel. We know that they love to set up some extravagant like dates within like the Tayshia season and the Matt season. We've seen some pretty impressive like little mini setups that they've done. So it might just be a great opportunity for the art department to like get creative and turn a Southern California beach into something like tropical, quote unquote. But I don't really necessarily think that we need it to be in Mexico to get that sort of like tropical vacation energy. We can probably accomplish that with just like an amazing cast of characters. As long as we've got a bartender and Chris Harrison there, we can make it work.
Lower budget version.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good point. Are we going to see Wells back as the bartender? I didn't think about that, but that's going to be, whenever the cast comes out, we're gonna also be looking to make sure Wells is gonna be a part of that group as well. Casting, though, has not yet been announced, but we can always expect favorites and standouts from recent seasons to make an appearance. So, Fiona, first of all, give me your top 3 choices for Paradise. If you were casting right now, who would you want on the beach for this next season?
Oh my goodness. Well, if I had to choose 3, I'm thinking, from the most recent season, we had so many great guys. The first person that's coming to my mind is Bennett. I was not obsessed with him when he left the show. I was kind of ready to see him go, but he was such a character. I think it could be fun to see him on the beach. And then 2 guys that I just loved that I would have loved to have seen them, ride off into the sunset. Ivan, would love to see him find someone special. And Brendan, I know he wasn't like quite ready for the commitment in Tayshia's season, but by the time Paradise rolls around, if he thinks he's ready, I would love to see him there. What about you, Heba?
My list is kind of similar to yours. Definitely Bennett, because we want that douchey guy. There always has to be a douchey guy in the cast. So I feel like he would be perfect. And then, of course, Ivan, because he was so close, to securing his relationship with Tayshia. So I feel like seeing a second chance of that happening would be great. And then also I think Ben, because I feel like he kind of, had his moments of not being as vocal in Bachelorette in that season. So maybe hopefully he has like a better perspective, a better idea of what he's looking for, and can maybe find that in Bachelor in Paradise.
Those are all great ones, you guys. If I had to bet money, I'm sure at least a couple of those picks are certainly going to be on the beach. I think my top 3 would have to include Dr. Joe from Tayshia's season, because he became a fan favorite in just the few short clips that we saw of him. So I think it'd be so fun to get an entire season where he can be a little bit more of a star character. Another one, we can even think about girls like back from Peter's season. I know we want to try to get that out of our heads, but I think Hannah Ann especially was, a great girl. She went really far to the end. Her and Peter obviously didn't work out, but she was such a fan favorite, and I think she would thrive on the beach in that scenario. And then Kelly herself, who has been dating Peter for a while, they just broke up, not too long ago. So maybe her or him end up on the beach. That would certainly make fans definitely want to tune in. So those are my picks. But of course, they're going to have to wait and see when the cast is announced. One spinoff that the Bachelor franchise has casted, though, is the senior citizen version. Filming this season has also been on the back burner for now, but they are looking at fall 2021 as an option to make this work. Mills commented on this as well, saying, quote, "Part of the problem was that during the whole year of the pandemic, obviously the most at-risk group was older citizens. But now the fact that we've found a way to shoot in a bubble, if we have to do it in a bubble, we would be able to figure that out." So I honestly totally forgot about this senior citizens edition. I remember seeing commercials for, if you're a senior citizen looking to find love, apply for The Bachelor. That was a couple seasons ago, and then I totally forgot about it. But they're trying to make this happen still. I think it's going to be adorable. Old people are always so cute and have the best stories to tell. So what do we think? Are we excited for this one too? How cute is this going to be?
I am so excited for this. I have a feeling that this could skyrocket its way to my favorite Bachelor Nation programming. I think it's going to be so adorable to see people who just will inherently have a completely different approach to love and how they go about things, how they make connections, what's important to them in a relationship, and also just imagine producers behind the scenes trying to puppet master old people. I just have a feeling that it's not going to work in the way that they're used to. It's going to be a whole different type of show. Maybe a little less drama and a little more sweet sentimental moments, which I think, in addition to having our, tried and true drama-filled seasons, will be such a welcomed, energy for reality TV.
I had no idea that they were even, kind of curating this up. I think it's such a cute idea, and it's so inclusive because, we kind of forget about older people that are trying to find love too. You know, we always focus on the people in their 20s, the people in their 30s, but we forget about the older ones that are still, you know, maybe lonely and still want to be loved and in love and be in a relationship. And also, like, good for ABC for even thinking of this as well, because, you know, like with ageism that we typically see, we always see, you know, young people on TV, but never really the focus of older people, especially in reality TV. So I think this is a really good idea. It's going to be interesting to see how the fantasy suite situation will be. But we'll see, and we'll see, and wait till we get to that point. But I think this is a great idea.
That's so fun. I'm also looking forward to it. Those are good points. I think the whole Bachelor Nation fan base and franchise, even when they have, you know, some spin-offs that seem less popular, like maybe Listen to Your Heart or possibly the Senior Citizen one, there's always some fans that are going to latch on and really tune into these shows and make them worthwhile and worth watching. So I'm definitely excited for these new versions of the show to watch, because we just all need more content on our TVs right now. So all the Bachelor news, all the Bachelor content, like, bring it here. I'm going to be tuning in every week. All right, you guys, that's all we have to share with you in this big Bachelor news for today. But of course, we want to know your thoughts. Are you excited for a Bachelor in Paradise season to be just a few short months away? And what about this Senior Citizen edition? Let us know your thoughts on how that's going to go down. Leave a comment, and before you go, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. I'm Gabby Gonta. I was joined by Fiona and Hiba today. You can follow us at our social handles on the screen right now. Come say hi and talk all things Bachelor. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.